Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel, or of course welcome to my channel if you're new. If you are new, then hello, lovely to meet you. My name is Alex, and if you are new here, make sure you stick around and subscribe. If you're not new and you've been here for a while, then why not make sure that notification bell is switched on just so you're notified of every single time that I upload. Now for today's video, I have finally got my Simpsons review going up. I'm so excited. I had such a palaver. I was waiting to see if I was going to get NPR because I am part of their affiliate program, but that hasn't happened. So I just thought, you know what, on Monday I'm just going to order for the Simpsons and the two princesses. Supposed to come on Tuesday, didn't arrive, it got delayed. And this morning it still was saying it was delayed but due to be delivered today at the depot, but then it got stuck and it was just a whole big thing, right? But long story short, it doesn't matter now anyway because it's all here. So for today's video, I'm doing Simpsons, tomorrow I'm doing Snow White, and Friday I'm doing Sleeping Beauty, and I've also got Matrix on the way. So the whole rest of the week is going to be Revolution reviews. I really hope you don't mind. It just so happened that they've launched so many collections at the same time, which is just bizarre. So yeah, I've just had to buy it all and review it for you. I'm very excited now and relieved that I finally got it. I have only got a few items from the collection because let's be real, I'm not rich. I can't afford to buy the whole collection. So I've got the primer to test. I've got the face palette, I've got the massive Simpsons palette, and I've also got one of the lip kits. So I thought that would be good enough for a review to see what the makeup's like. So if you want to see all those products in action and what I think of them, then please keep watching. Okay, so firstly we're going to be testing out the primer. This is the Treehouse of Horror primer base, and this is the Alien Slime primer. So I watched Lucy's reveal video on this, and she was saying it's like a slimy, kind of sticky, tacky base sort of primer, which is great because my skin's not that great at the minute, so I need something for my foundation to stick down onto. So this is £10, it's not cheap. Revolution definitely do much cheaper primers than this, but I mean, if it's going to make your makeup last longer, then it might be worth the money. So let's test it out. So this is the packaging of the primer. I must admit, did not expect this collection whatsoever, but I low-key kind of love it. I used to watch Simpsons all the time growing up, and it's just so iconic, isn't it? I'm so glad they did this. Oh, it actually looks like slime. Look at that. It's a little bit runny, but it actually looks like slime. Oh, it doesn't smell like much. And it's quite thin, actually. I didn't expect it to be a thin texture. I thought it was going to be quite thick, but it's not. Oh. Yeah, it definitely dries down, but leaves a little bit of a tacky finish. It looks a bit glowy, and I feel like this could be like a dupe of that like Milk Makeup Hydra Grip primer, and like the e.l.f. mint one is the same. I like the feel of that. Let's see how a foundation goes on top. I'm going to take the Conceal and Define foundation by Revolution. This is my like ultimate holy grail foundation from Revolution. Oh, it looks like I'm running out a little bit, doesn't it? Just going to take my mango sponge from my own brand, Angel Cosmetics. I have a whole video on that if you are wondering. And let's blend this over the top of the primer. Okay, so this is my skin with the foundation on top of the primer. I must say, I'm actually quite impressed with it. I am on Duac cream at the moment to help with my acne, and that is drying out my skin, and I don't have any dry patches. Like, I know this foundation doesn't let me down anyway, but if I had particularly dry skin and dry patches, it would show. And I don't see any dryness whatsoever. And my foundation actually feels like set in place already. So I'm actually really impressed with that primer. Hopefully it makes it last long. We'll obviously see how my makeup's holding up by the end of this video, but so far So good. Okay, so that's the primer. I'm now gonna quickly put on the rest of my makeup and look how I was looking just a second ago and test out the rest of the products. Okay, I've got the rest of my makeup on. Let's dive into the face palette, which I'm so excited about. This is the packaging. I love the packaging of all of it. Like, I think it's so sick. This is the Spooktacular face palette, and this retails for £10, which at first I thought was quite expensive for a face palette, but this is actually quite big. I thought it was going to be like tiny, but it's not. It's actually a very decent size. The packaging is exactly the same on the actual palette. And then this is what it looks like. So inside you get a bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter. It's really difficult when brands come out of face palettes because you just know for a fact that that's not going to suit absolutely everyone. That bronzer is probably actually going to be too dark for me. The blush I can use a light hand, but the highlighter will work for me. That's not going to work on a deep skin tone. So I feel like they could have come out with a few different face palettes just to cover more skin tones, because let's be honest, that is not going to be for everyone, is it? So there is a little mirror in here as well, and I mean, I do like the look of this. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I just wish they did more shades, really. So I'm going to take the bronzer in here, which is called Evil Twin, and I'm going to take just a smidge because it looks like it's going to be a little bit dark, and I'm just going to apply it, really. I can definitely get away with that with a light hand. I just can't proper swish my brush in there, otherwise I will be like a orangey patchy mess. But for a little bit, that is actually not bad. The colour's not too orange either. I feel like I've applied a nice amount. So yeah, that's a nice bronzer. Let's now test out the highlighter, which is called Cursed. Let's hope this is pigmented. There was also a highlighter palette, but I thought if I'm buying the face palette, I don't really need to buy a highlighter palette because it's got a highlighter in here. Let's hope this is good. Oh, I did not expect that. It's got a pink undertone to it. Oh, I can't see that in the pan. Okay, I've built that up in a few layers, and I'm safe to say that is a very good highlighter for something in a £10 palette. It has a pink undertone, so if you don't like pinky highlighters, you're not going to like this. I actually do like them, and I like this one because it has a subtle pink undertone. It's not like bam, in your face pink highlighter. It just has a very soft pink effect to it, and I actually really like that. Very impressed. Next, I'm going to take Brains, which is the pink blush in the palette. I actually really like this. I'm very impressed with the quality. I know it's £10. Revolution obviously do their very cheap face palettes. I think they used to be like £3.50. But I must say, the quality of this is so much better than those old ones. I would reach for this all the time. I think it's a very good face palette, very good quality, and I do recommend this. Okay, next we're on to this big palette here. So with this launch, there were 3 eyeshadow palettes. There was a big one and then there was 2 little ones. This one very much excited me, and you'll see why in a second. The other 2 were quite neutral. So if you are a colourful eyeshadow palette lover, you're going to love this one. If you like more neutrals, you'll love the smaller ones. I think the smaller ones are £8 each, and this big one is £20. So this is the Spooktacular Shadow Palette. Packaging is exactly the same on the actual palette, and this is what it looks like. Look how huge this is, and this is just a rainbow eyeshadow palette lover's dream. You do have a mix of mattes and shimmers in here, and there are so many mattes in here, so thank you Revolution. There's only, I'd say, about 5-6 shimmers, if that. So yeah, there's really not a lot of shimmers in here, plus you have this huge mirror, like wow. I know, again, £20 is a lot for an eyeshadow palette by Revolution, but you get 30 shades in here plus a big mirror, and it's a collab. So I kind of understand why it's a little bit more expensive, but I'm very excited to try this. Let's get into the swatches. Okay, so these are the top 3 rows. As you can see, very much rainbow palette. You have greens, blues, oranges, pinks. Like, look how vibrant this pink and orange are. Like, wow, they're so pigmented. There were other shades that weren't, like this blue here. It's quite a dark, vibrant blue in the pan, but when you swatch it, it's very dry. I hope that performs differently on my eye. And you have a nice selection of shimmers in here. You have a beautiful inner corner and brow bone shade, and I'm quite impressed with the swatches, you know, barring this blue one. I think they all swatched really well. And these are the bottom 2 rows. These ones swatched amazing. Like, they're very pigmented. We've got a nice dark grey. That's not quite a black, but I like that we have got a dark shade in here to deepen the outer crease. We've got a couple more shimmers. We've got some greens, a beautiful chartreuse shade. It is more yellow, but it is a very bright shade. And then we've got a few very light ones in here. So yeah, I really love the colour story. I do wish they would have put a couple more greens in there, really, just because the theme of the collection is like black and green. But nevertheless, I'm very excited about this palette. So let's get into creating an eye look. Okay, so I put some eye primer on. I put on the Revolution Super Base, which is part of their new creator range. This is amazing. I think I like it better than the Ultimate Eye Base, but I'm going to use it a few more times and see what I think. So I think I'm firstly going to take Possessed, which is this pinky sort of mauvey shade down here, and I'm going to put that on my outer corners. Then I'm going to take Sorcery, which is this purple shade here. And I'm just going to blend that just above where I put that last shade. I'm also going to bring it towards the front. These shades actually very pigmented so far, look at that. Then I'm going to take this bright orange in the palette, which is called the Grand Pumpkin, and blend that just above the orange. Then I'm going to take the shade Super Fun Happy Slide, which is this very bright, limey, yellowy shade. Hopefully this works to blend the orange out. If not, I do have a slightly lighter orange. Okay, it's not quite dark enough to blend that out. It's too light. So I'm going to take this one here, which I think is Frogger. Yeah, that's better. So we're going to use this shade to slightly blend out the the top edges. Okay, so these are all the shades down. I'm now going to go back through them one by one and re-blend this and be right back. Okay, so I'm back. We've now blended out all those shades. I do want to add a smidge, and I mean a smidge, of the black in the palette, or the dark grey, which is called Black Magic. I don't need to show you it, but this is the shade. It's not focusing, but that shade there. Just happening off a lot. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's a lot better now. Also, no fallout anywhere under my eyes. Like, cannot see a single speck under my eyes. So I'm very impressed. Also, quick update on the primer. As you can see, my pore area is quite prominent. Like, I do have large pores, but I do have primers that minimise my pores. So maybe with that primer in the future, I would put a pore filling one just under my cheeks, just on my cheek area here, and then put that everywhere else, because so far I'm actually very impressed with it. I just think I need some coverage on my pore area. But yeah, I'm loving this so far. Right, now it's time to put a shimmer on the lid. I would typically go for a shade like Full Moon, which is quite a wearable shimmer. However, because this is a Halloween, you know, palette, I've got the purples and oranges, I feel like I need to put the green shimmer on my lid, right? So this is Hocus Crocus, this one here. And we're just gonna do a soft cut crease. Again, I'm not gonna do a sculpted out one. I'm just gonna, like I did with the Corpse Bride review, I'm gonna just place it? I'm just gonna place it at the front half of my lid. So let's get into it. Okay, so this is the funkiness I'm looking for. So now I need a shade to blend out into my outer edge. I'm going to take a little bit of Halloween, which is this quite dark pinky purpley shimmer. I'm only going to take a little smidgen of it because I don't want it to be super duper pigmented. Okay, so these are my lids done with the little soft cut crease. Very different for me, but I low-key love it because obviously it's meant to be Halloween. For my lower lash line, I'm going to take the dark green in the palette, which is called Broomstick. I had a little bit of fallout with the shimmer shade, but the mattes have been exceptional quality. I've had no fallout from them whatsoever. And then for the inner corners and brow bone, I'm of course going to take the shade Uncanny, which is the bright icy shimmer in the palette. I'm sorry, but how stunning is that? Wow. Okay, so this is my completed eye look. I'm going to hop off camera. I'm just going to put some lashes and mascara on because we have one more product to test, which is one of the lip kits. So be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So to finish off my eyes, I used my Revolution and Roxy eyelashes, and then my mascara is just my Maybelline Sky High one. I've been using this one quite a lot actually, and I really like it. So now we can finally test out the lip kit that I've picked up. There were 3 lip kits to choose from. There was a nude one and then kind of like 2 red ones. Wish they mix it up a little bit, maybe did like a purple or a green, something a bit funky for Halloween. But me being boring, I did just pick up the nude one. This is the Donut Head Homer lip kit, and this is a liquid lipstick and a lip gloss set. So it's not 2 lip glosses, which is what they've done previously. This is a liquid lipstick and a gloss, so I'm very excited about it. This cost £8 for the 2, which I thought was a really good price actually, because normally their glosses are about £4 or £5 each anyway. So to get a liquid lipstick and a gloss, didn't think that was that bad. So these are what the shades look like. The gloss is kind of a bit of a clear gloss, and then the nude is a very beautiful one. So let's see what this formula's like, because I feel like that's what's going to be the main test. It smells a bit cocoa-y. This is the doe foot. Ooh. It smells like, do you know what it smells like? It smells like chocolate ice cream. You know, like the ice cream that you get chocolate, vanilla and strawberry. This smells exactly like the chocolate in there. Oh my goodness, the formula of this liquid lipstick is amazing. It was so smooth and like moussey on the lips. Like, look how beautiful that looks. It feels so comfortable, and yeah, it just had this really beautiful formula to it. Oh, it feels amazing. I'm very, very happy with that. And it looks nice and smooth on the lips as well. It doesn't look cracked or anything like that. I really love that. And the shade is very beautiful as well. Quite a cool tone brown. Thought I'd go for nude because I was going for the colourful eye palette. I think I did the right thing by picking the nude. Let's test out the gloss because I love the liquid lipstick. Is the gloss going to be good too? It smells similar but not exactly the same. I am very impressed with this lip kit. It is so comfortable. I can't tell you. I love this lip kit. Wow. Is the one word I want to say in reaction to this lip kit. For £8, you get an unreal liquid lipstick and then a beautiful gloss to go on top. I highly recommend that. Okay, so that's me testing a few of the items from the Revolution and Simpsons Treehouse Horror range. I have kind of spoke about all the products, but just to give a bit of a roundup, the primer was really, really good. I would just put a bit of pore filling primer under here, but apart from that, loved it. Face palette, really loved as well. Very good quality for £10. Eyeshadow palette, again, very, very good quality. Love the look that I created today, so I'd recommend that. Lip kit, unreal. So yeah, very happy with all the products I tested out today. I know I didn't test out absolutely everything, but if there is anything you're desperate to see from the collection from me, then just let me know down below. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. Let me know down below what you think of this collection, and of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.